Hiya, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosie Henshaw. If you're new here, then welcome. It's lovely to meet you. And if you're already existing, guys, then thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. So grab yourselves a nice cup of tea and some snacks and let's get into today's video. And I just want to say, if you are a parent or a carer of a child at school age, we did it. The holidays, we did it. We survived. We survived, guys. We survived. I'm going to... Oh. It's actually day 2 of the children going back, but yesterday I had no makeup on because I cried. Because I've done that typical mum thing, couldn't wait for them to be off, really enjoyed it, but then you get to the right end and you go, I can't wait for you to get back in routine and go to school because you're driving me crazy, the mum, the fighting, the just constant mess. And then they go back and then you're like, oh, I kind of miss them. And then so today's video is I'm going to show you how I am getting back to myself. So I wasn't really feeling myself before the holidays anyway. I got a bit poorly, wasn't very well, and sometimes it can affect you quite mentally as well. If you're physically unwell for a long time, sometimes it can make you feel quite grubby and not very good and a little bit, you know, like lethargic. I didn't really feel like myself. Anyway, I absolutely love faffing around the house. I feel like I've lost that a little bit about myself. I also feel like I'm just zinging ready now, perfect for the time. It's my favourite season coming up. We've got autumn and winter, all the burr months. So we've got September, October, November and December. They are my absolute favourites and it just feels like this amazing lead up to the crescendo, which is Christmas, and I love it. So today's video, what I'm going to be doing, as you can see a little sneak peek in the background, is I'm just adding little foliage bits around the house. I'm making some country little things. I've also got a little craft that I'm going to share with you now because I want to make a table centerpiece for my table. I just want to make my home feel the most cozy, country, really lovely little retreat that you come home, like the Scandinavian word hike. I just want to come home and just get back in a routine, feel good in myself, do a few little steps that I'm going to be doing to make myself feel better. But the main thing is getting my home feeling all cozy again. And these are the little things that I used to have and I've kind of stopped doing it. And I'm going to do it again to cheer myself up. So before we get in, talking of wellness, getting ourselves back together, I've still got my code, Rosie, and you'll get 55% off at My Vitamins. So that's all in capital letters. I'll leave that here and I'll also leave the link and the code in the description box below. So I've been using My Vitamins now for nearly a year, guys, nearly a year. I swear by them. I've said this so many times before. I'm not one to come on here and just share stuff that I wouldn't use just for the sake of it. I've said this, I know many might not believe it, but it's actually true. So you may have heard me harping on about this quite a few times, but I'd rather show you something that I'm using more times than just go on to random things. So I've actually bought these myself in October, last October, on the recommendation. I watched an autumn video from the lovely Gemma Louise Miles. And when I watched that, she was sharing some of these and I thought, you know what? I need a little lift me up in the autumn months, why not? And she was sharing a few bits. And on her recommendation, I ordered some vitamins, gummies, but they're not tablet form, they're gummies, which makes them like sweets, which is amazing. And I got the multivitamin. And also as well, and now I've got the hair, skin and nail gummies. I've been using these, a multivitamin. I think everyone should have a multivitamin anyway, because it just perks you up and it keeps your body nice and healthy. And I do genuinely feel better when I take a multivitamin. When I started taking the hair, skin and nail gummies, you have to take 2 of these a day. The multivitamin's 1 a day. And when you take 2 of these a day, I have noticed such a dramatic change in my skin. I am drinking a bit more water and I thought, oh, you know, maybe it's water. But my hair is just so much better condition. And you know what, I've actually had to go back dark because my hair's growing such a fast rate that when I have the blonde money pieces and stuff, the root is just coming back so quickly. I mean, you can kind of see where the blonde was before, and I had it right up to the root. Look, you can see where it's slightly darker because the colour that I've put on this hasn't quite covered the same colour on the roots. The roots are huge. The roots are huge. The last time I had my hair coloured was 2 times ago, so 12 weeks, that's 12 weeks of growth. It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. It's just growing so fast. So I thought, do you know what? As much as I'm drinking more water, these have definitely got me doing something. And my nan was the ultimate test to prove to me. So her nails are very, very thin and she uses the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails nail varnish to keep her nails. Like, she can't even open things because it would just snap her nails. They're so brittle. And she's been using these, so I just give her a pot of mine. I was like, go on, try them out. She really liked them, so now I go on and order them for her. And honestly, she was like, Rosie, look at this. tapping down on the side. She's like, my nails have got so strong, and her hair, she's loving it. She was a little bit more finer on top as well, and she's noticing she's got all the hair growth. It's just amazing. And then also as well, the hyaluronic acid gummies. So I haven't been using these as long, but since I have been using these, I have noticed my face is more puffy. And no guys, it's not the cake. It isn't, because I'm not getting puffy or anywhere else. It's literally, I'm noticing around here's more puffy. I mean, I've still got my bags under my eyes that I'm disguising quite well with a bit of concealer. But I was going quite sallow here. Like, it was like really like the line a whole way across. And I'm getting quite puffy around here. And I'm loving it. So I'm assuming it's this, because when I looked up hyaluronic acid, it said that is what it will do. It will rejuvenate the skin. I'm actually thinking of ordering, because a few people have recommended the collagen. So they have the powders and stuff on there. I think with my next order, I might, you know, if you're watching Skin and Me, I might order the collagens, try that out, and then I can be the guinea pig and let you know. And I've also been using the apple cider vinegar gummies. So these are meant to be really good for gut health. And I have noticed actually that I have seen an improvement. And also as well, I found like I get a little bit bloated sometimes if I eat certain foods. And that's really, really helped since having these. So I will link all these in the description box below. So this is the garland that I ordered. I actually got this from a website called Essentially Hops. Now I did make a bit of a mistake. I read it as 3 foot, but actually it was a 3 metre garland that came, which, do you know what, ended up really great because I used it in another area. But we are going to start off with the first area. So I wanted this over my cooker hood. Now I did need to prep this a little bit first, wash it down with some soapy water, and also I'm going to show you a close up because I did have to go over with some stain blocker paint, as you can see the darker patches, because there was some real wood knots showing through on this, because this is made from solid wood. But I do like it, but it did definitely need a freshen up of paint. So the paint I chose is slightly darker than the paint that was on this before. So this one is actually Schoolhouse White by Farrow. It does dry a bit more whiter than this, but it has got a bit more of a warmer, richer tone, and it's the same colour that's actually on my dining room chairs. So I let that dry after 2 coats and then decided to prep the other area. So the other area is my mantelpiece. I know it's not Christmas, but why not go in? So I'm just using some nails to tack this on. So I'd say the bulk is round about the middle. So I'm thinking of using that piece, and I've got my snips.
If I could hear my father's voice, he would tell me to move on. He would say I'll be just fine. Yeah, he would tell me we have time, time to laugh and time to heal. Our favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back home. Ooh, I'm thinking about you. Ooh.
Oh god, this actually makes me like so excited. Are you like, nah?
It's like something at Jumanji.
It's not like something out of Jumanji, it's more like something out of like A Beautiful Cotswold Home.
I do actually like it. I like your taste.
Liar.
No, I want to add it because I want to add half this stuff. But now, since being with you for so long, I would have most stuff now. I didn't have any little teapots in my own house.
Would ya? It's quite heavy for this. So I'm going to be using the hook so it doesn't fall when there's like cooking, and obviously once it dries, fire hazards and stuff. Isn't it, darling? I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Couldn't sleep last night, my mind was somewhere else, and I tried not to wake you up from dreaming. How do I tell you that it's all because of us?
So I wanted to make some little centerpieces to potter around the house. So I got this planter with a little tray on the bottom of it. I got this last year and I had like spring bulbs and stuff in it. And this was from, I think it was called Conservatory Archives. If I can find any items, I will link them below. But I'm gonna start off because I'm gonna make a table centerpiece on the middle of the dining table, and I also want another one in my lounge. So one of them is going to be having LED candles in it, which I'll show you in a second, and this one's going to be having real candles. So I'll show you the method that I'm doing with real candles to make it very secure, so that it's not a fire hazard, etc, etc. So I'm going to start off with some just stuffing. So you can stuff this with a block of wood, some Oasis, whatever you can get your hands on. I've got some stuffing that came out of a bag. So, you know, Millie got a new school bag, backpack for school, and they always stuff them. So I'm just going to be stuffing this bowl. I'm hoping to achieve sort of like just above halfway, and just stuff it until you're content. And then I need to make like a flat base in this. So obviously you can put the Oasis underneath or a block of wood, whatever you choose to do. I thought, what's round that will fit in this that's flat? And immediately I thought a side plate. So I have lots of side plates. Obviously I go collecting plates and stuff from charity shops and all different places. I had this odd spare plate and I thought, you know what, that might just work. So the stuffing will keep the plate up to a certain height. And I'm just going to pop this one in that I found. Now when this one is weighed down, it literally presses perfectly. That's solidly in there. And I mean, you could glue this in. I'm not gluing this in because I want to reuse the planter after at some day. But I thought this is nice and flat and it's going to be perfect for, I got some of these off Amazon. So I ordered these. I was thinking, what can hold up the candles? Looking at little candle holders. And then I realised they're like little florist display tapered candle holders. They have tea light ones of these, ones with picks on that you can stick them into Oasis foam, which is really good. But I've got these flat ones. So I've got a pack of 4, but I bought 2 of them, so I've got 8 to make the 2 displays. So I'm going to be popping 3 of these in here to spread out the candles. And I have plugged my glue gun in to make sure. So I'm going to be adding some, let me get that glue stick's dropped. I dropped my glue stick, guys. So I'm just going to be adding a little bit of hot glue to the bottom of these. It's a bit shaky because it's a bit hard. And I'm right-handed as well, so I'm trying to squeeze it with my left hand, it's not working. So I'm going to glue these down. By all means, you don't need to glue these down yourselves, but I think if you're using real candles, then perhaps you should. If you're using LEDs, then don't bother. But if you are using real candles, I would definitely recommend gluing this down so that it obviously doesn't wobble or fall over if someone knocks by it and it becomes a fire hazard. I mean, even with the real candles, I'm not lighting mine. I'm really odd. I like the look of stuff, but I don't like burning it. So I won't be lighting these candles, so it won't be a problem for me. But, you know, I'm just letting you know. So I've glued them on, so they're like this, like a little face. I'm going to push that down, and they are metal as well, and they weigh quite a bit, so that is actually going to push that bowl down quite a bit. And then I've also got some stones. So Gary did say to me, we've got loads of stones in the garden, why don't you just get a bucket of stones? And I said to Gary, but then I feel like I've got to wash them. So I just got these from the garden centre, and I'm just going to pop these on top. And what these do is they sort of like fill your bowl up a little bit more around the candles and stuff, but it also weighs down the plate. Do it gently so you don't smash your plate, like I nearly did. But using the stones will just weigh that plate down and make it way more secure. And then, once we've done that, that's like pretty solid, that's not going anywhere. Then I got this from my local florist. Actually, no, I got this from my local florist, and this I didn't. I got this from where I ordered this from, which I'm going to be showing you after. So I got some reindeer moss. So we've got a little florist at the end of our road, and I've got some reindeer moss, which I thought would look really nice. And I also ordered some of this moss. I don't know what this is called, this moss, but it's like a very dark, wiry moss. I thought it was quite pretty, and I think it's going to look quite autumnal, and you know, you could go out digging and finding pine cones and drinking hot chocolates. So I'm just going to be spreading this around to make sure that we're kind of filling in a lot of the gaps around the candle holders. Now I think this is so nice, this long one. If I find it, I'll put it on, I'll be linking the hops anyway, where I got them from. So I'll link this as well so you can see, because this is the same place. But I'm thinking of adding this mostly to the outside near the bowl, because it sort of cascades a little bit and looks quite, I don't know, a bit scruffy, but in a nice way. So then I'm just going to pop some in the centre to make sure that we're all nice and filled out. We've got to fill ourselves out. It's just so simple. You could do these at Christmas, like do these with friends. They're much easier than wreaths, much cheaper to make as well. And quickly against my hands. And then I bought some candles as well from my local garden centre. And they're really, really lovely. They're like the really lovely tapered ones. And the ones that are joined together. But they're nice and long. I feel like they're the perfect height for this. Just make sure you don't push in any of your moss. And then one more. I think I need to get some more I do need to get some more candles, because I didn't get enough. I need to get more, because I weren't planning on doing another one, but I actually got this basket from my garden centre as well, and I think this is so cute. This little basket, I think it looked really cute, but I'm thinking of shorter candles in this one. And I've got some reindeer moss, which I'm just going to be breaking bits off to kind of fill in the gaps on the top. And I think this is just going to look really, really nice. And I mean, you could add like loads of different things to this. I mean, in the spring, you could do it this with a bowl and do like spring bulbs. At Christmas, you could add like some twiggy bits to this. Autumn, you could add some like pumpkins at the bottom of this, sitting at the bottom. I'm actually not. I'm going to keep it quite simple, like I've kept my garland. I just want to keep things nice and green, add a little bit of like coziness to my house and make it feel like nice and cozy and just, I don't know, really Scandinavian-y kind of, if that makes sense. But it's just really rustic and pretty, and I don't know, it just gives me good vibes. I mean, if I lived in a country house, I don't live in a country house. It's a very modern house. It's 1930s, so it's quite modern compared to like the big country manors. I mean, it's still quite old. But you know what? I would absolutely love to live in a house like that. But you know what? You live to what you have. And who says just because you don't live in a place where that's the aesthetic or that's the style that you can't live by them rules and do certain things to your house, you know? Why can't you have country style bits in your home when you have, you know, a modern home? You can just create whatever you like. There is no rules. And I just think, I'm sorry, all the messy bits, I'm going to chop a few bits because I do like them hanging over, but just not a bit too much. Leave it quite organically. But this just looks really pretty. It's not looking... It looks like a green furry Christmas birthday cake at this point. Should we chop them down a little bit? Just because they're a bit... I've got a smaller candle. Would they look better as a smaller candle? Yeah, I really think they would. So I'm going to chop these down quickly because I'm not buying more candles. I've already bought candles. There's no need to do that. I'm just going to chop these ones down and then pop them back in, and then I'll show you what they look like. I just thought maybe they'll want to know how I'm chopping these candles down. So literally... I'm such a skilled tradesman over here at this point. I've just got a butter knife and I'm marking a line, and then once I've marked the line, I'm going to mark the line, and then you snap it and it's done, and then you just cut the... I mean, I don't know if I'd recommend using these now because they've not got the wax bit at the bottom. There should be a flame at the bottom of the bowl, so these are decorative purposes only, but they were anyway for me. If not, if you want to use them, then but obviously buy the size that you want. But I thought I'm going to do a few different sizes. Slight different heights. I think that looks really nice. I'm going to share with you a little clip from above what this looks like because I think it looks really, really cute. enjoyed this video, guys, and hopefully you've loved all the garlands and stuff and don't agree with Gary and think it looks like Jumanji. That's what he said. He was like, welcome to Jumanji, and I was like, no, it's foliage. He was like, you're definitely bringing the outside in here, aren't you? Also, don't forget as well to use my code Rosie, all in capital letters, to get 55% off the RRP for your My Vitamins order. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed and you like the way everything looks. And also as well, don't forget to let me know in the comments, should I stay green for the doors or go back to white? I've only done one so far, but I think it looks really nice. I really like it, and I feel like it makes the TV unit blend, and obviously because in the hallway we have that green on the banisters anyway, so it will look really uniform going in from the hallway from the banisters. So let me know what your thoughts are. Take care, bye.